Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I am Tim McLaughlin on the sales team here with Descara. Happy to have you here along with us. Today, I'm here with Taylor Otto, and we're going to be talking about material planning and BOM explosions within Descara. Taylor, why don't you go ahead and take a moment to introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, I'm Taylor Otto, implementation consultant here at Descara, and just super excited to be back for another weekly webinar. This week talking about material planning and specifically how a BOM explosion can help with that.
BOM explosions. Am I safe, Taylor?
Don't worry, you're safe.
All right. Corny jokes aside, so a BOM being a bill of materials. So tell me, how are we exploding a bill of materials today?
Yeah, so we know that a bill of materials is a list of all your components going into a finished good and all the processes as well. The BOM explosion, being able to expand on all the sub-assemblies going in and being able to see the whole process as a whole with all the details of lead times, how much quantity you have, what's required for the project, which we're going to get into a little bit later.
Exciting. Looking forward to taking a look at BOM explosions within Descara. Before we get into the software, let's go ahead and briefly discuss some of the inventory management and material planning issues that some of our clients have faced in the past. So one thing we hear a lot is that our clients are seeking to find peak efficiency with their work orders. And what that means is making sure that when they have something to make, they're able to have everything on hand needed for that.
Yeah, absolutely. What a lot of our clients come to us, maybe they don't have a way to handle their inventory, is that they have to wait until they have all their goods in front of them so they know that they can make a finished good. Whereas having a material master, having an ability to see the project as a whole, allows you to maybe start on things while you're waiting for other components to come in. So kind of taking a look here at our BOM explosion here in Descara. What I love about our BOM explosion here is I can see at a very basic level, okay, I'm going to be making a chair for this work order. I can see that I don't have enough available right now. Okay, so I need to make this chair to fulfill an order. And what our BOM explosion allows us to do is to be able to break it down as little or as expansive as we need it to be. So taking a look here at our chair, I can see that I have chair legs, 4 of them that are required to make this chair. I need a wood seat. I need a backrest, some screws, an instruction manual, some seat cushions, and some paint. So being able to break this down, I can see what I need at a basic level to create this chair. One thing I love that I can see here is my lead time. I can see how much lead time that I have, whether that's a day to create this or 7 days. I can see it takes me 2 days for the instruction manual, 5 days to get this seat cushion. But taking a look here, I'm going to have to create this chair leg. I'm going to have to create this seat. And I can expand at an even bigger level here and see the whole project broken down. I love that I can do this. So I can see which raw materials that I have available here. I can see I don't have a seat cushion, so maybe I can't get started on that seat cushion process, but I know that I can start other aspects of the project. So maybe I can get started on making the chair legs. Maybe I can get started on making the wood seat. I already have.
Yeah, Taylor, as we can easily see here, just looking over it briefly, you see it's going to be 7 days to get that wood seat started. Timing out your project, you can see I have the wood on hand that I'm going to need for that seat. I've got that 7-day lead time. We're going to need to get started on that seat and then start working on those other components to get our manufacturing operation running at peak efficiency.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then we talk about managing those lead times, which goes into what we were just looking at here, how we want to make sure that if it's going to take me 7 days to get that wood seat built, to get that, and then get that chair assembled, we want to be able to make sure we have the right amount of inventory on hand. We saw in that previous screen that we had plenty of wood to make that wood seat because we have that inventory on hand, knowing that it's going to be 7 days to make that seat. We want to prevent ourselves from running out of inventory. If I was able to see, hey, we didn't have this much wood, so I'm not going to be able to create this product. We want to prevent ourselves from running out of inventory and putting yourself at the liberty of price increase from your suppliers, or if you're really in a hurry to get that product out to your consumer, you don't want to balance between getting my customer what they need and getting that product from the supplier. You shouldn't have to pick between those two. And sometimes that can lead to having to pay for things such as expedited shipping fees that can really increase your cost of goods quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It all comes down to managing that efficiency and being able to plan ahead and making sure that you're not having a shortfall of your stock, making sure that you have enough lead time and you're planning for that lead time so you don't have to rush shipments. You don't have to pay that premium on raw materials because you need it immediately to fulfill your orders. It's all about being prepared and utilizing this MRP planning software to handle those needs.
Very cool, Taylor. And then on the converse there, when we have these issues with understocking and having to pay for extra shipping or decide if you're going to be able to get something to your client in time, oftentimes when I talk to new leaders and new managers, they will over order to make sure that you have everything on hand because you're so worried about potentially missing out on getting something to that consumer that you end up dealing with overstock. And I found this really interesting quote that according to a 2023 Kearney study, excess inventory can be a $250 billion problem in the United States. And additionally, we are currently sitting on $1.8 trillion of inventory throughout warehouses in the US.
Yeah, that's a large number. And you talk about the other challenges of overstocking, the increase in inventory costs. How much is it going to cost to store all of that product? Thinking about like the food industry, if you're taking all of that, your foods and your overstockings, well, you have that other element of expiration dates. How much product are you wasting because you didn't have enough time to sell that product? And it all comes down to having that safety stock, utilizing the BOM explosion here and utilizing MRP as a whole to maintain that safety stock. So you're holding just enough to where you can fulfill your orders comfortably. You're not understocking, you're not overstocking, but you're at that perfect amount where you're not paying like we went, going back to understocking. We're not paying those rushed freight charges. We're not paying to those premium prices. We're not worried about overstocking, worried about waste of our inventory, but we're actually able to purchase what we need, get it out to our customer at an efficient rate. And again, in terms, decrease our cost of goods sold, increase those profit margins, which we can decide whether we want to push on to our customer, or we can offer lower prices, or just increase that bottom line. And how awesome would it be to give your business that choice?
Absolutely. You always want to be in charge of your business and in control of your cost of goods. I think back to some of the experiences I've had in the past where you would have a supplier who maybe they ordered too much of something. And if that's a product that I'm using, I can take advantage of when they're ordering too much and potentially get good deals on stuff and potentially get them to lower that price when they're trying to clear things out. If I'm holding too much inventory in my stock to where I don't have that space to take advantage of these occasional opportunities, that's money lost. Those are cogs that are going to go up.
Absolutely. And, something else that we haven't even mentioned yet is, thinking about a situation where maybe you don't have a way to handle your project, your work orders. You don't have a way to see your inventory, and you got to have someone in charge of that. So let's say in your business, you've got one person in charge, maybe a backup plan who is in charge of overseeing and managing how much inventory you have, what the lead time is, how do I plan every step of these work orders to ensure that projects are getting done at a reasonable time for our customers. What happens if that person gets sick or something happens to them or they're on vacation and that person's the only person in your business that knows how to handle what's going on and handle the project? Well, that person ends up working when they're sick or working when they're on vacation, or you put your company in a really tough spot. The great thing about having this MRP software, this BOM explosion, having this view is anyone that you need and anyone that you would like to have this visibility can see every step of the way. So you don't have to rely on that one person to make sure that projects and work orders are moving at an efficient pace.
Absolutely. And that's the benefit of a module that you can take a look at and quickly see what it is that you're looking for without a ton of time looking into it, to where if I'm taking a vacation, someone can step in and help out. I was chatting with someone earlier this week, and they were telling me that they manage the books for a large amount of companies. And they said that they had about 12% of their clients truly understood the in and outs of the financials of their business. And that was one of the reasons why they were exploring different software. It's so often we have business owners who know everything about this product they're making. Maybe you make the best cake in the world, but maybe the books aren't your forte. A tool like this can become really helpful for people like that.
Absolutely, Tim, you nailed it.
Everybody, well, thank you for taking some time to attend this webinar with me and Taylor today. We would love to share more information with you. If you'd like to hear more about Descara or material planning or bomb explosions, feel free to reach out to me or Taylor here on LinkedIn. As you can see, we have our email addresses listed here. You can also reach out to our sales@descara.us email. We'd be happy to talk with you there. Otherwise, we will continue this webinar series next week. We'll see you next Thursday. Any closing thoughts, Taylor?
Yeah, just to echo what Tim said, we would love to have a chat with you about how Descara can help. Reach out to us via email or through LinkedIn. Any questions at all, we would love to chat with you.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.